And welcome to the Justice Color Podcast. Welcome to the Justice Color Podcast. Welcome to the Justice Color Podcast. Welcome to the Justice Color Podcast.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to the Just Call It Podcast, the best podcast in the goddamn world. We're coming from you live from the Bay Area, baby. And my hair is actually sweeping to the left, not to the right. Yes. Enjoying myself, It's a beautiful day. Beautiful Saturday morning, approximately 10:48 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Love my podcast. I love making these podcasts so much. For all of you that listen, to none of you who listen, and to the void that these go to. Yes, this is not a very popular podcast, but the podcast is a podcast. And that is what it is. So said John Locke.
And welcome to the Justice Color Podcast. Welcome to the Justice Color Podcast. Welcome to the Justice Color Podcast. Welcome to the Justice Color Podcast.
Oh, yeah. That's right. The best podcast in the goddamn world. I know. It's one of the best podcasts in the world. Maybe I'll be on Donald Trump's Truth Network. Maybe he'll put me on, Maybe he thinks that I'll be good for his network, and they'll be like, you know what, that Latino man, that Latin X guy, that brown spicy sand motherfucker. Okay. He's definitely going to bring in the audience. Donald Trump's going to sit there in the meeting, and he's actually going to have his cool ass red hat. It says "Make America Great Again," and then he's like, that guy, that's Latinx guy, he's good. I think he'd be good. He speaks the truth. And I think he'd be good for my network. Get him. And he'll just send someone to call me. I'm going to pick up the phone and be like, hello? Yes. Oh, of course. I'll go there. And then I won't show up. Because I don't like Donald Trump. That's right. I don't like you. But you can still put me on my network. Put you on your network or whatever that goes on there. I think that's a good way to get on somebody's network, is to tell them you hate them first. Say, I hate you. And then he'd be like, this guy got a lot of balls. This guy got a lot of balls. Right? Just kidding. I got my Thick Boy hat on today. Not a sponsor of Thick Boy, although it would be cool if you sponsored me. And I do not hate you, Brendan Schaub, and all the beautiful people that work there. I'll interview you, interview me, let me come on the podcast, or just pull me in the office, see if I'm a good guy to interview, I'll fly, I got a daily job, what I'm saying? But I'll fly over there Friday night, put 2 podcasts, maybe 3 podcasts in on a Saturday. Give me an interview, give me 1 solo, give me 2 interviews, give me 1 solo, give me 2 solos, give me 3 solos. And you guys can use 3 podcasts every week. I'll put it in, man. I'll put in that work. Do my homework. Get a little mini Theo Von. I'm also Nicaraguan, so that also works. Gang. Fuck that. Fuck that word. I don't praise nobody, man. That's right. I don't praise nobody. I listen. I'm a deep ass dude. I talk. He was just a man like me. Whether you're godly or before somebody's earth, you should always respect each other's wisdom. Never know what you might share in a conversation. Gang. But, oh man. Life is good, man. You gotta just count your blessings, and I'm just joking. You gotta praise God, that's for sure. Praise whoever you believe in, Allah, anybody. Praise the world. Praise if you're Native American or something, indigenous. Praise an animal. Or like a dude with the big nose statue, big nose statue guy. It's like this. He always got his eyes closed, looking towards the sun. I've been there, man. I've been to Tulum. I've seen the old gods to my people. Who knows what I was from, man? I'm Nicaraguan, Salvadorian, man. My blood, I don't know who I was, Incan. I don't know if I was some jungle boy. I was probably the original Jungle Book. My ancestors somehow, I was raised by a bear called Wogly and a panther called Puma. Puma, the shoe company. His name was Puma. And he had shoes. Fuck, it's cold. Yep, I'm here in the Bay Area. Let me see what the temperature is. I'm cold. You guys can make fun of me. It's 61 degrees outside. Yeah, I'm cold. I got shorts on. Put on my hat. Man, it's cold. Life's good, man. You know what I mean? 20,000 pounds. So, what's everybody been up to, man? We had Fleet Week not too long ago. That was cool. Fucking planes flying by and just stuff going around. I was trying to see the planes from over here on the other side of, the planes fly over San Francisco, which is way back over there. But you can kind of see San Francisco on a clear day, which it was that day on Fleet Week. And, trying to stare at the planes with no binoculars. They almost look like birds flying around. Then they flew right over here to come land back at Oakland Airport, which is where all the show planes, I guess, were landing at. And it was pretty nice, man. They flew right over the house, and it was amazing. I have that video, I believe, on my Instagram or my TikTok somewhere. Check that out. Those are the kind of things you got to enjoy. Like, a lot of people talk shit about the Fleet Week today. Why do I spend my tax money towards that? We pay as taxpayers of America, we pay the money to, pay for all that stuff. And obviously it's something that's not great, that a lot of people don't agree with, that why are we spending our money towards, entertainment of some kind? That really doesn't make any sense to a lot of people, but to me it does. I want to be entertained. I think if there was more shit out there that we were paying as taxpayers that was out there for people to be more entertained with, we would love our fucking country a lot more, man. They should have bigger fireworks shows. They should have a free ice rink every December somewhere, that we pay no money. People get the experience to do those things, you know what I'm saying? I know we pay a lot of taxpayer money already to help people with problems and shit, but I want to be entertained. I want Fleet Week to happen every week. I want the planes flying by almost every Saturday. I want to get a chance to even get on the plane. They got it. They're gonna pay all this money, all this freaking money. these tax money that I'm paying is thousands and thousands of dollars I pay every year to have the fleet week and roads and all this shit. Everyone trips out about that, paying tax dollars. You know? It's like you get rich and then you're like, wow, paying all this money, but I'm still rich. You know? I don't get it. Everyone technically pays a percentage of what the fuck they make. I make a certain amount of money every year. Supposedly it's decent in the Bay Area, but at the end of the day, after all my taxes are gone, we're all losing the same percentage. Almost. Of course, the less fortunate don't, pay anything or don't even make any money, and then whatever. And there's a huge percentage of that I think a lot of people feel frustrated and stuff, but it is what it is. We do have to help people at the end of the day, and unfortunate part is like who pockets is a hit, right? Sponsored by Modelo. Actually, not sponsored by Modelo. I'll repeat that again. This podcast is not sponsored by Modelo, but if they did want to sponsor me, I am Latino X. I was born in the late 80s, 1980s. And I tell you, I'll give you the best goddamn commercials in the goddamn world. The goddamn world. Yes. I'd be like the Dos Equis man, but 3X's. Tres X. Modelo. I'm going to make my own Modelo. It's going to have Tres X on the bottom. Modelo Triple X. Yes. Modelo Triple X will take over the whole market. Modelo Triple X will be sold at every club in Mexico and all of Greater South America and Central America. And eventually will take over Miami, Bronx, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and also take care of San Diego and pretty much all of Texas and Arizona and New Mexico. And then slowly all the white people will be drinking Modelo Triple X. And it'll even make its way to Toronto, where Drake will then be Pritchard with a Modelo Triple X. I think if my idea of Modelo Triple X is somehow ripped off or somewhere exists in the internet, that should totally be something that needs to happen. That's going to be a great podcast. Modelo Triple X is going to be the best thing in the world. It's obviously the best podcast, enhancer. You drink a Modelo Triple X while you listen to my podcast. It's just out of this world. Yeah. Not a sponsor by Modelo, but it was a really good podcast. Yeah. What else, man? What else can you say about this beautiful world? This beautifulness. I've been thinking a lot, guys. That's fucked up. That's messed up. Why you guys gotta make fun of me like that, man? I've been thinking a lot, and truly, you are who you are, right? You live in this world, and you do what you got to do. But I do got to tell you guys is that you're either gonna do what you have to do or do what you want to do, and that's a fact. You can live your life and do a lot of things that you never really wanted to do in your whole life, and live for somebody else. But I do got to remind you guys that you do have to live in the moment and enjoy yourself. Be focused more on what you're trying to give rather than what you're trying to earn. Because in the end, I've always said, and what I've always been told is that anything you give, God blesses you 10 times. So if you give your time to somebody who needs it, God's going to give you something great back. If you give money to somebody, he's going to bless you with more. If you give your laughter and your good vibes to people, you're going to get a lot more vibes back from others who reciprocate the same vibe. And if you love somebody, you're going to get a lot of love back. So remember to always give because you're going to always receive. And that is a fact. Whenever there's an action, there's a reaction. And usually positives always attract positives and negatives always attract negatives. And usually when a positive and negative combine, it's always a positive. Unless the negative is greater, but that's a fact. So I hope you guys remember that. I'll leave you guys that with that note. And thank you for joining me on my podcast. It's the best podcast in the whole damn world. Even if you guys don't believe in it, God is great. I'm great. This podcast is great. It's the best podcast in the whole fucking world. Peace out.